The original Japanese dub for Dragon Ball Daima is well into its release with subtitles on Crunchyroll and Netflix. But now we finally have a release date for the launch of the English dub as well. It has been quite the long wait for those who only watch the dubbed versions of Dragon Ball anime or films, with Daima premiering all the way back in October, with no direct news on the English version. While the first 3 episodes of the dub had a 3-day theatrical release, that left out many of the fans in other regions, along with those in the States who didn't live close enough to the limited number of cinemas. Peeping the streaming release date of the dub on the down low to encourage more to attend the theatrical release was understandable. But we've been left in suspense ever since it wrapped up. But now we at last know when we can start watching the English dub of Dragon Ball Daima at home. The release date for the English dub of Dragon Ball Daima is Friday, 10th January 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Crunchyroll in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, as confirmed on a Crunchyroll news post announcing the premiere. There hasn't been any word from Netflix about their release date just yet. However, it could likely follow the release pattern of the subbed version, where each episode is dropped there 1 week after launching on Crunchyroll. This is likely because while it's beneficial for Dragon Ball Daima to be streamed on Netflix as well, letting it reach as big an audience as possible, Crunchyroll will still want to encourage die-hard fans who don't want to wait an extra week to come over to their service if they can. With that, we predict that the Netflix release date for the Dragon Ball Daima English dub will be Friday, 17th January 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Keep in mind, though, that this prediction on the Netflix launch is speculation, and we will update this article as soon as we know more. Oddly, the United Kingdom and Ireland were left out of Crunchyroll's list of territories that the English dub of Dragon Ball Daima would release in, implying that it won't be sharing that 10th January premiere and is yet to be announced. This could either be an unlikely oversight on Crunchyroll's part, or be a repeat of the situation where there was a massive delay for Dragon Ball Z and other series to be released in the UK compared to the US and elsewhere. After Crunchyroll acquired Funimation, all of Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT were added to the service in the US and every other English-speaking country in March 2022, except for the UK, Ireland, and Nordic regions, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, etc. The Dragon Ball franchise wasn't added to Crunchyroll in the UK and the rest of Europe until February 2024, almost 2 years later. The exact reason for the delay was never made clear, seemingly some form of licensing restrictions, but this might be the case for Daima as well. Given this is a brand new series, the UK and elsewhere would presumably definitely not have another 2-year wait on their hands. Netflix may even resolve the issue by taking charge of the UK's Netflix launch of the Dragon Ball Daima dub for themselves to get around whatever issues there might be. Whatever the case, we will update this guide as soon we get clarification. While we're steadily getting more used to simulcast launches of anime, where both the subbed and dubbed versions are released at almost the same time, Dragon Ball Daima is one of those examples where production challenges and working out the most beneficial window, depending on the show, can still mean a delay for the latter. For instance, the original Japanese version of Daima seems to have been ready far quicker before the logistics around the dub had been organized. It takes a lot longer to record dubbed dialogue than to add subtitles, so you'll always be in for an extra wait if production on a dub doesn't start until after the subbed version's been completed or released. Secondly, Dragon Ball Daima is one of those anime that benefits more from a wait for the English dub than being released at the same time as the subbed version. In this case, it's important to remember that a major reason for the continuous success of Dragon Ball is that the franchise is enjoyed by casual viewers alongside regular anime diehards. So there are plenty of Dragon Ball fans who are hyped up about Daima, but who barely watch other anime or keep up with industry news. This has meant Netflix and Crunchyroll have needed extra time to promote the English dub before it arrives, to make sure the news reaches casual viewers. What's more, creating a bigger window between the release of Daima's Japanese subbed and English dubbed iterations is also a great chance to hook die-hard anime fans who like to compare both versions, creating a chance of getting bonus viewership from those who like to double dip. After the dub's English premiere, we saw a ton of reveals regarding Dragon Ball Daima's cast, including the return of Stephanie Nadolny as Son Goku. Here is the full cast list we know so far. Since only the first 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Daima's English dub have been seen so far, not all of its cast has been revealed. For example, the English voice actor for Pansy is still unknown since she doesn't appear in the anime until the end of episode 4. We'll also hear from recurring Dragon Ball voice actors like Sean Schemmel as adult Goku and Chris Sabat as adult Vegeta. But Daima's cast also includes a lot of comparative newcomers voicing the characters' younger child versions. An exception, of course, is the comeback of veteran actor Stephanie Nadolny as the kid version of Son Goku. Known as an iconic voice in the franchise, most notably playing Gohan in Dragon Ball Z along with its movies and games, Nadolny was equally remembered as the voice of Kid Goku for the same reasons, but majorly in the original Dragon Ball anime as well as GT. However, Nadolny seemingly left or was taken out of the franchise for reasons that are still unconfirmed today. Her last Dragon Ball role before Daima was playing Kid Goku in the 2010 game Dragon Ball Origins 2. Afterwards, she was replaced by Colleen Clinkenbeard in all iterations of both Gohan and Kid Goku, starting from the English dub of Dragon Ball Z Kai. Her first Dragon Ball role in 14 years, the dub English of Daima, should be worth checking out if you loved Stephanie Nadolny's original take on the character. Check out the rest of our sci-fi and fantasy coverage, or visit our TV guide and streaming guide to see what's on tonight. For more from the biggest stars in TV, listen to the Radio Times podcast.